Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Cassie, also known as KnittaCass. This is my YouTube channel where I share about all the projects that I'm making, mostly knitting, sometimes crochet, a little bit about my family life on a small farm in Vermont, books I'm reading, and a spice of mental health. So go ahead and grab your favorite beverage, a project to work on, and let's get started. I, of course, have my Pepsi, which is, I used to say equivalent to most people's coffee, but let's be honest, it is my life source. I drink it throughout the day. I know it's bad, but everyone has to have a vice. If you're new here, hi, welcome. Thanks for checking out my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share if you feel so inclined. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate the love and support. I'm doing this podcast on a whim, no podcast notes. I just know that I need to get a video out. It's been a little while since we've chatted. I'm trying to film every other week and we missed a week, so it's been a little while. Finished objects. I do have one finished object and it's a washcloth. If you've been here for a while, you know that I've been trying to make 12 washcloths a year and I have been a pokey puppy about it. I was doing okay at the beginning and then it kind of faded out. And I figured out why. I ordered some Knit Picks Dishy, which I will show you in acquisitions, and the way that it just flew off my needles, it was smooth as butter. I don't know what brand I had been using, but it was much thicker and it was like fighting with the yarn the entire time. It really was not a great experience. But this Dishy from Knit Picks is a blast to work with. So my finished object, let's see if I can find the right side. This is the right side. This is a washcloth from the kitchen sink shop. If you subscribe to her newsletter, you get a free washcloth pattern at the beginning of every month. This year it's based on like cities, and last year it was based on treats. So on the first of every month, I get a little email with instructions and a little bit about the inspiration of the pattern. And I already forgot the name of the pattern, so I'll put it down below, but it's really cute. It was really easy repeats, got a little lace work, and it was made with this really cute orange Dishy. It's kind of like a pumpkin orange. It's really pretty, and I think the color is clementine, and it's so smooth. So I am gonna like get rid of the other washcloth yarn that I have, or I might keep it as like a backup stash, but I don't enjoy working with it, and I really enjoyed working with this. So one finished object. Do I have any else? No other finished objects, but I do have several whips that I've been working on, and I am in a rush to get some of them off the needles. I have several things that I want to cast on, and I'm getting the itch to cast them on, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. So whips. In this cute canvas bag from So Crazy Crafter, I have a pair of socks. Actually, let's be honest, I have a sock. And this is a pattern by Cheryl Toy. I've been working on it for a really long time. It's called Siddal. I think it's Siddal socks. So it's got a little bit of like some fake cabling and some lace work, and I'm knitting it on a magic loop, which I don't typically do, but when I wanted to cast it on, I was feeling the magic loop train. And it has a heel that I've never done before, and it doesn't say in the pattern what type of heel it is, but it looked pretty fascinating, which is what's been motivating me to keep going. If you've been here a little while, this pattern has been a nightmare for me. In the very beginning, there was like some setup rounds that didn't make any sense. So I did it the way that I thought would make more sense. Unfortunately, that didn't work, and so I had to tink back and start all over again. So I started all over again, and it's been going really well, and then I got to the heel, and the math doesn't add up. And I've looked at the pattern, and I know exactly like how many stitches I should have based on the repeats she's saying, but the stitch count she wants us to have does not add up with that. I'm wondering if when she knit the pattern or designed the pattern, that she knit one size and then did like rough math to figure out how many stitches the other sizes would have. And I think that's what she did, and it just didn't work. Sorry, I've got a kitten behind me attacking me a little bit. So anyways, I'm on the heel, and I just decided that I would reach out to some friends for some help. So I reached out to the Love and Stitches membership and got a lot of really helpful advice. One was to just like fudge it and make up those stitches with like make ones or knit front and back, which is what I ended up doing. But before I ended up doing that, Natalie of Love and Stitches, or Knitty Natty, as most people know her, had also said, like, send me, you know, the problem, and I love doing knitting math and I'll help you. And she was a little confused too. So I fudged it, I've got the extra stitches, and I've been mad at it, and it is in timeout. Will I ever finish it? I have no idea. And the yarn is one of the Yarnables. I think it's Frosty Fox, and I think it was last December or this past January. Whoops. I also have this pair of socks, and it is a pair. I'm working in tandem. So this is called the Lynn or Line Socks, L-Y-N-E. I'll put it down below. I think it's by Dawn Henderson. I'll also put that down below. But it's got this really cute scalloped edging. It looks kind of like seashells. And then it's twisted rib for the rest of it. It's really sophisticated looking, and it's a lot of fun to make. So this one is got the heel flap, the turn, and we have just finished the gusset. And the other sock I'm much further on. So I have done quite a bit on the foot. There's the heel. I just need to use my sock ruler and measure it and see if I'm ready for the toe or how much longer I have for the toe. So in the meantime, I figured that I would try to catch up on the second sock. And this is made with, whoops, dropped a needle. This is made with this really, really fun colorway. I can't remember the name of it. It's like Stars or Stripes and Stars. It was the colorway for Yarnable in July of this year. If you're not familiar, Yarnable is a yarn subscription box from Hypnotic Yarn where you get a skein of yarn. I think you can get two, but I get one skein of yarn in the sock weight, in the fingering weight, and it comes with a bunch of goodies, which is super fun. So this is the July colorway, showing up true to color. And I've got that in this giant bag. This is a Destination Imagination bag. This is an after-school program that is worldwide, and they get a challenge proposed to them, and they have to use STEM and theater, and then they create a challenge and they go into a competition, and it goes all the way to international for the competition if you continue advancing. So I had just grabbed this and thrown a bunch of projects in it when I was going to hang out with my friend a couple weeks ago, and everything has come out of it except the socks. So giant bag, unnecessary. I also have this project that is in this really cute bag from, I think it's Adore Knit. Yes, from Adore Knit. It's a nice fall bag, and I have a single vanilla sock. Actually, this one might be Frosty sock. The other one, so the project I showed and I said that the yarn is Frosty Fox, I think is actually something else that I don't know the name of, because this is actually Frosty Fox, a colorway from Yarnable. So I'm knitting a vanilla sock, and this is a knit for somebody else. I'm doing 72 stitches, and I usually do 64. So it feels like a giant sock while I'm knitting it, but it is for a guy, so I think it will be fine. Yeah, we'll see. I think it will be okay. So I've done the heel, flap, and gusset, and now it's just straight vanilla knitting. And I have been bringing it to football practices and games. Excuse me. I bring it to work too, but I rarely use it at work. So this is my on-the-go knitting. I also have a crochet blanket. It's the Cozy Stripe Blanket by Attic24, and I have not worked on it at all, so I won't show it. But maybe next time I'm chatting with you, maybe I will show it. And the whip I'm most excited about is in this bag. I'm sorry about my dog if you can hear in the background. One dog absolutely loves to be outside and sunbathe and all that. And the other dog, the one who's whining, her name is Bella, doesn't like to do that. Like, she goes out and most of the time she's business only and comes in. And so she whines because her sister's not in here and she wants her sister to come in. So it's very hard to make her happy when that's happening. All right, so this project is in the Knitwit Yarn Shop, which is a yarn shop in Portland, Maine. It is the V-Back Tee by Jamie Hoffman. And it is made out of exclusive Love and Stitches membership colorways. This one is Love and Roses, and it's from Ruby and Roses. So we get to see her dye this up. Really, really pretty. And then this one is from Little Wolf Knits, and it's Love and Speckles, and also really, really pretty. It's like a pink gray with a bunch of speckles, and the other one is mostly green with like a rainbow of other colors, and they are playing really well. So this is the V-Back Tee. Last time I showed it to you, I was right here with my little turtle. So I've knit quite a bit. So I'm going to move our little turtle. This is a stitch marker from The Littlest Charm Co. And it's this really cute turtle. Look at his cute face. And it's got some sand and a seashell and a crab. So we're going to move him down below. Okay, so we've got him moved. And then I also have some sharks from Wee Ones, and she makes polymer clay, and she makes them in sets of 4. 3 are identical stitch markers, and 1 is like the odd man out. So these had 3 regular sharks and 1 hammerhead. And I've got these really cute stitch stoppers in the Yarnable, and this one I got from the Knitwit Yarn Shop. So let's see if I can show you. The last time we saw it, I had just tinked back because some of my short rows didn't look very good. So it's still kind of an issue, as you can see, but the stitches are pretty bunched. It looks better than it did last time. Can't see it quite as much on the other side. So I'm hoping that when I block it, the stitches kind of relax and they won't look as bunched, and maybe they'll be less noticeable. I am in no way tinking back. I'm not doing it anymore. So I'm just going to carry forward. If it's noticeable, then I'm just going to be humble about it and wear it. And that's that, because I want this done. I don't have a t-shirt in my wardrobe that is knit, and I'm going to make this happen. I want to wear it at Rhinebeck. If it's a chilly day, I'll have like a long sleeve under it. And I don't think people are going to go around picking at people's t-shirts and sweaters and pointing out mistakes. Like, I think we all have better things to do. So anyways, I have just started knitting back in the round, and this looks heavy. Like, it looks off center because these are pretty heavy, and this needs to come down a little bit. So I'm going to put these on barber cords today and try it on and see how much length I need, because now I am at the point where I just need to knit the rest of the body and the hem of the body, and then I can pick up the sleeves. So hopefully I can do that soon. Very excited. I hope it fits really well. Last time I tried it on, the sizing looked really good. I don't have any more whips, but that is a lot of whips for me. So I'm hoping to have that t-shirt done. Well, I have about a month for Rhinebeck, so definitely by then. I'm actually hoping to have it done in a couple weeks, so I'm hoping maybe the next time my podcast will be done. Well, that is a lot of whips for me. I'm hoping to finish that t-shirt soon, and maybe some other whips. I really want to cast on things. So about things I want to cast on. I want to cast on the Baking Doodle. It's a pattern by Pacific Knit Co. And it is a cowl, and it has different motifs that you can use that have to do with baking. I chose, I don't have my notes here, sorry, but I did choose 4 or 5 motifs that I'm going to use, and it is stranded colorwork. You can choose whether to have striping like this. So on this one, this is my Rhinebeck cowl. I decided that I wanted 2 main colors. So in one motif pattern, I have this kind of burnt orange, and in the other motif pattern, I have this sky blue, and made it kind of stripy. With this one, I'm going to do the background of pink, which I'll show you. I'm going to do the background of purple, which I'll show you in just a minute. And I have some colorways written on my notes of what I'm going to use for the stranded colorwork, and I don't remember what they are. But the cool thing, I'll show you, the cool thing about the Doodle kits that you get from Pacific Knit Co. is it comes with, I don't want to say an exact number, but several different motifs that you can use. And it's kind of like a choose your own adventure. You pick the ones you want, you decide what order they're going to go in, and you follow the chart for that motif. And then you can do a regular cowl or an infinity cowl like this one. She shows you how to start it, what your setup is, and if you're doing it in infinity cowl, how to join them. So I want to cast on the Baking Doodle cowl. I want to cast on a vanilla hat for my husband. I make him a vanilla hat every year. I would love to do a pattern, but he's boring. So a vanilla sock every year with some wool yarn for his birthday, which isn't until November, but for some reason I just want that like bigger yarn and watch it fly off the needles faster. And I have to make a hat for his friend at work too, so I think the earlier I get started, the better. What else did I want to cast on? Maybe that's it. I feel like there's so much more I want to cast on. I know that I want to do some washcloths, so I think now that I have better washcloth yarn, that I'm going to catch up on the washcloths that I haven't done. I think the last one I did was April. The one I just showed you was August. So I have May, June, and July to catch up on, and September. So we'll see. I don't know where I'll start. That brings me to acquisitions. I have a Hypnotic Yarn Yarnable to show you, and Knit Picks box. Exciting. So this is the September Yarnable. If you haven't gotten your September yet, look away, but I figured it was safe to show since it's the middle of the month. So I'll show you the yarn first. This is right up my alley. Look at that, so pretty, like reds, pinks, mauves, oh my goodness. And it is Happily Ever After. I get their plush sock, 8515 superwash merino nylon, and I can't wait to cast this up. I don't know what I'll make with it, but I want to use it. And then it came with these chip clips, these apple chip clips, which is super cute. And the extras, if they're not giant, come in this really cute bag. It's really heavy duty. It's good for using for your knitting notions. So it has a apple cinnamon mug muffin mix. Oh my gosh, I might make that today. I've been holding off on it so I could show you guys, but it's kind of chilly in the air. Leaves are kind of turning. This would be a really nice afternoon treat. And this is one of those things that tells you how to put all the ingredients in a coffee mug and microwave it, and you have a really easy treat to eat. And then it's got this really cute, it's like a washcloth or a towel. It's got apple print. and it came with a little paper that tells you. So it's a Swede dishcloth from swededishcloths.com. It says fully rinse cloth with soapy water before first use. Swede dishcloths are composed of a unique combination of 70% wood pulp and 30% cotton. This revolutionary blend of materials is what makes Swede dishcloths 100% biodegradable, 100% compostable, fully reusable, and best of all, earth friendly. So it's pretty cool. And then it says one cloth can replace up to 17 rolls of paper towels. It's pretty awesome. And all Yarnables come with a kind of card in here that tells you it's happily ever after. Life is uncertain, eat dessert first, especially if it's apple pie. It tells you the extras that are in the bag, and it has a little coupon code, good for the month that you get the box. Oh, it says, did you know apples are a member of the rose family? That's right, they're related to roses along with pears and plums. I didn't know that. All right, we're gonna leave that mug cake out. I can put these on top of my cabinet. All right, let's go through this box of goodies. This has been here, I think it was here around the time that I normally would have podcast, which is part of the reason I was wanting to do it, but life was just too much at that point, and I just needed to do some self-care, so I didn't podcast with you, and now I get to share this giant box with you. So I showed you this Knit Picks Dishy. I think the colorway is Clementine. It's a really nice pumpkin orange. I also got this Dishy, which has got a bunch of teals. This is, where's your colorway? Aquarium Multi. This Dishy, which is greens and yellows, and this is Sea Turtle Multi. And this Dishy is pinks and purples and reds. This is Berry Basket Multi. I think that's it for the dishcloth yarn. I was hoping if I got different colors, I'd be motivated to do the dishcloths. And now that I know that this yarn is so smooth on the needles and I'm not fighting with it every stitch, I'm definitely gonna make more dishcloths. Okay. I got this pink called Dragon Fruit, and I've got 3 of them. They're Wool of the Andes, worsted weight, and I don't remember why I ordered them. Isn't that terrible? I mean, I love pink. Maybe it's in my notes. Maybe it has something to do with the Doodle cowl, although it's worsted, so I'm not sure. And I've got the purple for the cowl. This is DK weight swish and is amethyst heather. And this is for the bodywork of the cowl. And I've got 4 of these. This is a nice black. It's Wool of the Andes, worsted weight in the colorway Coal. I know that I want to make my husband's hat out of black, and I probably could do it in 2, but I wasn't sure, and you could always use black yarn. I think I also needed a little bit of black for the cowl, although this is worsted weight, so I'm not sure. And I've got some blue. I think I'm going to make his friend's hat in blue. This is Wool of the Andes worsted weight sapphire heather. Guys, I have more Dishy. This is Dishy, and this is the colorway Conch, and it's more pink in person. And then this is Dishy too, and it is Fiesta red, and it's pretty red. And then I have this gray in fingering weight. This is for one of the contrast colors in the cowl, and the colorway is Ash. And I believe this is the last one. Yes, this is the last one. And this is also for some contrast color in the cowl, and it is called Cider, and it's a brown colorway. It looks kind of golden on here, but it's brown. Yeah, so that's exciting. I'll pick that up after. Okay, so this brings me to family life. So on the farm, we're getting ready for a wedding. I keep talking about it. I'm so excited. So we have a wedding in a couple weeks, and the leaves are going to be so gorgeous, and the background for the photos is going to be great. I'm one of the bridesmaids. I've never been in a wedding before. Super exciting. And the girls have been getting together and doing a bunch of crafts for the table centerpieces and the decorations, and it's been so much fun. So with their permission, I will probably post a couple photos of the wedding. If they don't want me to put some of those photos up there, I will definitely post photos of like my family, and I'm hoping to get a picture of me and my husband Chris. He's kind of annoying. Like, whenever I want to take a picture with him, because I want pictures of us, he makes the like most ridiculous faces, and he thinks it's funny, and it's not funny, and I always want him to be serious with a nice smile. So maybe I'll have a nice photo for you guys, and maybe I'll have a ridiculous goofy photo for you guys. I don't know. And let's see. Nothing new with farm animals. I haven't had any updates on the sheep that I sold last year, but I assume that means they're doing well. Last I knew, they had some babies, and everyone was doing great. Let's see. We are going to the Tunbridge Fair tonight. So we're going to the Tunbridge Fair tonight. I'm really excited. My 11-year-old wants to try some of the more like scarier rides, so that's pretty cute. We've been really busy with football. My youngest Weston is playing football and is absolutely loving it still, which is exciting. And my 16-year-old Wyatt is about to start basketball. They're doing some open practice, like open gym kind of drop-in practice-y stuff. So that's going to keep us busy during the winter months, which is pretty exciting as well. My 18-year-old Michael had moved out. I think it's been about a month, and he's doing well, and he absolutely loves it. It's really weird having 2 out of 4 kids at home. It's kind of nice. It's also kind of bittersweet. It's been a little bit of an adjustment, but they're doing well, so that's all I can ask for. We got a kitten. His name is Meek. I'm not sure if I shared that previously. He's been with us since August. Meek, come here. Hi, handsome. Can I see you for a minute? I know you just got comfortable. This is Meek. Wants to play with me. Yeah. He is super cute. What do you think? So he's cute. He's doing well. My 2 cats that we have are older cats, and the oldest cat, her name is Shadow. She's okay with him. Like, they can lay next to each other, they can eat next to each other, they're completely fine. But Meek wants to play all the time and wants everybody to be his friend. So he tries to like attack her tail and stuff. She does not like that. She's pretty much like, dude, if you're gonna chill with me, we're okay. If you're gonna be obnoxious, get lost. But my other cat, Callie, just really doesn't like him. It doesn't seem to affect either of them negatively, but I'm not sure she's ever gonna warm up to him, which is unfortunate, but they both seem happy, so we're gonna roll with it. What else is going on? I think that's it for family life. So books that I'm reading, I have just finished rereading the Fourth Wing book by Rebecca Yarrows. I'll put it down here. I might have it wrong. And I didn't enjoy it as much as I did the first time. And there were some parts that I didn't remember, but it just seemed a little flat this time, which is not usually how it feels the second time that I read a book. Excuse me. I'm still listening to The Big Dark Sky on Audible. That is a book by Koontz. Really good. I can completely finish it like in a day or two. but I haven't really been putting any effort into listening to it. I also just started, I think it's called An Enchanted River, and I'll put the author down below. So I'll put the name and the author down below. So this is about a bard who has been away on a different island at school, and girls are coming up missing at his home island, and so they have asked for him to come back. And I guess it gets kind of exciting of him trying to solve the mystery, and I don't remember how it's explained in the back, but basically he's summoned home to help figure out what's going on with the missing girls. I just started it. It's definitely got like a wicked kind of fantasy vibe to it, and kind of like definite storytelling vibe as well, where you can kind of just like settle into the story and really enjoy it and pay attention to the prose. Is there anything? I'm not reading any other books. Yeah, this might be a short one after I edit. I'm not positive. So that brings me to my favorite part of the podcast, which is a spice of mental health. And I am a huge advocate for taking care of yourself, some self-care and self-awareness. I am bipolar, and there's a lot of stigma around that diagnosis. Hey, Meek. There's a lot of stigma around that diagnosis, as well as some other mental health conditions. And I am just a big advocate on opening the conversation, having the dialogue, and reducing the stigma. And we all, as individuals, can benefit from some self-care and self-awareness. For the self-care this episode, it is about thoughts that are having a hard time controlling. We all have thoughts that come into our head, and they often have some negative dialogue or negative feelings with them. And so I just want to talk a little bit about a couple things you can do. So first of all, you can remind yourself that your brain is a storyteller and it's just doing its job. You can also remind yourself not to blame yourself about having this thought and beat yourself up, because that makes the thought like stickier, and you perseverate on it, and then it just kind of hangs around for a while. And it would be helpful to imagine that thought as a leaf and just kind of imagine it floating away and just letting it go. So the next time you get some negative thoughts or negative self-talk, just kind of take a deep breath, remind yourself it's normal to have these thoughts, and try to imagine it floating away. And I think that's it for today. So I hope that you do something for some self-care to take care of yourself, and happy crafting. Bye!